Which propaganda effort was so successful, people still believe it today? That teeth are supposed to be perfectly white. People should know that a healthy set of teeth doesn't mean they're perfectly white. Super white teeth are not even normal. Our enamel will slowly become more translucent as we age, revealing the color of the dentin, which is yellow, underneath it. That's why as we get older, our teeth will become yellower. Doesn't mean they're not healthy or unclean. I see teeth whitening similar to other anti-aging measures. It doesn't make you healthier, but it does make you look younger. Many Korean people believe that fans can cause death. Even my mother, who moved to America in her mid-teens, still prohibits me from leaving a fan on overnight for fear of death. There is a conspiracy theory that the South Korean government spread this myth as propaganda to prevent energy overusage, but its origins are unknown. It's strange that many Koreans believe this myth, considering it is one of the most technologically advanced countries. I've heard also that some suicides are covered up by the police reporting that a fan was left on and blaming it on that, publicly at least. Not sure how true that is. I've heard that as well. Though it should be noted, a lot of post-war Korean homes were heated by small furnaces with exhaust flues going under the floor, which is why most modern Korean homes have heated floors. The problem being that the furnaces were coal-fired and any leak would result in a deadly carbon monoxide, or dioxide, can't remember right now, leak into the home, which may have fueled the fan death myth. Edit, I'm well aware of the dangers of carbon monoxide and other gases, but I thank you all nonetheless for the saws on the threat of carbon monoxide. Please heed these warnings and buy a co-detector. Heated floor system is best heating system. Well, not really. But having a heated floor is nice. It is, though, a bit slow, but it's fantastic. Also, no radiators. Carrots make your vision better. This rumor was started in World War II to hide the invention of radar. The public was told that Allied pilots found the German bombers during the Blitz because they had good eyesight because they ate their carrots, but in reality it was that the British had an early radar system in place that they did not want the Germans to find out about and bomb. That Napoleon Bonaparte was short. He was 5 feet and 7 inches tall, which might be a little bit on the shorter side by modern standards, but it was around the average height for people back then. The idea that he was short actually came from a British propaganda campaign to mock him. Also, due to starting out as an artillery officer, when he got high rank, he sometimes liked to micromanage the cannons, a job meant for corporals. This earned him the nickname Little Corporal from his troops. It's a term of endearment. The Brits may have heard it and put more emphasis on the little part. It really must be underscored how little, or petty, is often an adjective that suggests endearment in French. Another example, boy girlfriend translates to petit ami, petite amie, or little friend. That big curvy line of toothpaste with a Dairy Queen curl we've seen in every toothpaste ad. You don't need more than a pea-sized smear of paste on your brush. I always only use a little pea-sized, but I have also never really thought about the massive squeeze they put on the brush in the commercials, lol. Do you think they did this so you go through their product faster, meaning you have to buy more? That's exactly why. Same goes for other things, for example the plop plop, fizz fizz commercial for Alka-Seltzer showing the person taking 2 tablets. Columbus was the only person who believed the world was round. Literally everyone who could read knew that the earth was round. Nobody thought Columbus would fall at the edge. They thought his crew would starve to death before reaching the East Indies, and he totally would have. The reason that the Portuguese rejected Columbus' request for money and ships is because they calculated how far the East Indies were to the west based on the raw data provided by the works of Marco Polo. The Portuguese had a rough idea of how far Japan was to the west of Portugal. They knew how vast the combined Atlanto-Pacific Ocean was. And the size of the Earth was known well before that. Eratosthenes of Cyrene calculated it pretty accurately in 240 BC. The big unknown variable was the size of Asia, as far as I know. So that explains the here be dragons marks on the old maps. Romans actually marked places they did not go to with here be lions because lions are dangerous. Smile. Sugar companies paid the media to say that fat made you fat. I mean, all food in extreme amounts will put you on the heavy side, but sugar is the true villain here. There's a book written in the 80s I think called The White Death. The author was basically hounded almost to death by sugar companies and mocked and treated like scum for telling the truth. Edit, massive facepalm for going blank on The White Death, legendary Finnish sniper, even though many of you kept bringing him up. I completely forgot it was his book that was named that and not the sugar one. You may be thinking of Pure, White, and Deadly. Also, check out Dr. Lustig's talk on high fructose corn syrup. U2.be edit. Wow, thanks for the platinum, kind stranger. Diamonds is a symbol of eternal love. Also the belief that diamonds are rare, when in reality it's because they are artificially scarce. I mean they're pretty rare, cause they're only found below level 20 or so. Takes me a while to just find one. And then when you break the block, it was actually above lava and the diamond falls in and burns up. That's why I break the stone below it first, in case there is lava underneath. It's very common. Apparently in the 80s KFC ran a Christmas-themed ad in Japan, and to this day the Japanese eat KFC on Christmas. When I was in Japan on Christmas, I won some dumb quiz at a party and they gave me fried chicken because they believed that was our traditional Christmas food. It was ridiculous and it is one of those really odd memories of mine. Hate to break it to Japan, but Chinese takeout is the official food of Christmas, that is if some dog-related tragedy befalls your turkey. But Chinese takeout is the official food of Christmas. The stereotype of Jewish people eating Chinese food on Christmas is actually very true. If you don't celebrate Christmas, Chinese restaurants are often the only thing that's open. Also Chinese takeout on New Year's. That if you ask if someone is a cop, if they are a cop they legally are required to say yes they are. Of course they aren't required to, that defeats the entire purpose of working undercover. When Edward Bernays, the father of public relations, literally renamed propaganda that we want people to think is not bad to public relations and advertising, and he literally admitted it in a book he made called Propaganda. Propaganda is, quite literally, just media that is attempting to persuade you. It might be honest or dishonest, but, no matter what, it is still propaganda. Knuckle cracking gives you arthritis. The myth that Spartans threw unhealthy babies off mountains, this was Athenian propaganda edit. Holy crap, I got a silver, thank you anonymous person. Actually people from every polis would abandon babies if they felt like it. See Oedipus, the Athenians claimed that Spartans ritualized the practice. The Spartans' main problem was all the child raping. Hashtag X200B, edit, to all you people who think I'm talking about pederasty, I'm not. I'm talking about the process by which boys as young as 7 would be sent to have sex with a retired general to toughen them up, or the fact that in military camps younger boys would be beaten and raped as part of a hazing ritual. There was also a lot of slave raping going on. Pederasty wasn't uniquely Spartan, it was a Greek and Roman thing. Pederasty is not simple child rape. It's a whole process when a married adult male takes an adolescent boy under his wings and accompany him in all stages of life. And ducks him also. That fat is unhealthy, the nutrient that is, not actually being fat. Fat-free Italian dressing is pure sugar. Whereas normal Italian dressing has almost no sugar. This is often the case with many fat-free products. Example, 30 grams of sugar in fat-free yogurt versus Greek yogurt. Absinthe makes you hallucinate was propaganda because it was hurting the wine industry. Propaganda, do you have a cold? Too much absinthe. Gesundheit. That turning the light on in the back seat of the car is illegal. Am I the only kid whose father simply said it makes it harder to see? Yes, and once I started driving I realized why my dad got so mad. This is so true. I wonder what else my parents said that made no sense that I will understand later. Not loving their children. Message will kill you and it is horrible to ingest. I'm allergic to message. Really, it is delicious and your body produces it naturally while breaking down regular salt. Some people do have sodium issues, and it may not be good for them. But that's a tiny micro percentage of people. There's message in breast milk, tomatoes and Parmesan cheese, etc., etc. It is a natural component of most protein-containing foods. Sodium or glutamic acid are in literally everything, the latter being an amino acid. You couldn't be allergic to message without being allergic to those, at which point eating anything would be bad for you.